Hi, hello, and welcome to another edition of Executives Corner. So, today's topic is all about career transition. Why would somebody leave a coveted job to pursue their personal goals, to change life, to completely transition from one life that you know and to start a new one? That's the question which I would love to answer today. And I would love to answer it in the way for you to understand how to make that big change and how to make that change meaningful and to make it the right way. So, really warmly welcome to another edition of Executives Corner with Simona Spilak. I coach leaders and top managers who are on the verge of a big change, who actually want to not only transition their career, but also sometimes really make that big change, or they are in front of a really difficult decision, and it might be related to their career. Yes, so how to make the change of career meaningful and how to make that big change work for you, and why is career transition such a big life changing event? Because if we look back, and if I look back at my life, I've done the transition, and I know that in the case of career transition, we simply have to understand that if we change our careers, and if you are on the verge of rethinking what you would love to do in the past, it has to do with redesigning your whole life. So it's not only about a career, it's about redesigning your lifestyle, how you live your life, how you feel, how you spend your time, and especially related to the one really important parameter of your life. What do you want to do on a long term? So yes, I know that asking me about why I decided to talk about that topic and what's in it for me. The case or the story is that I've done my career transition over 6 years ago, and I still remember how I had met coveted life in a really successful international pharmaceutical career, and I know how I enjoyed it a lot. But then simply in a specific time of my life, a specific time of my career, I felt that that's something what's not enough for me. So that's something what that there is out there, something I would love to do, and that there is out there is something bigger out there for me. There is more out there. And if you find yourself in such a situation, most probably you are at the verge of thinking about changing your career, but changing your career in the way that it will completely transform your life. So yes, I do talk about that topic because I went through that process in my life. I went through that phase in my life, and simply it is about redesigning your life. It is about reshaping your career, adjusting your lifestyle to somebody who is completely new, a different person of you. And how does it happen? Yeah, actually, it's not absolutely not an easy period. And how to be prepared for that period? Simply answering on the question what your long-term aspiration is, what your long-term goal is, it's not enough. I believe that you have to be prepared for that decision, for that step in your life. But at the end of the day, how to be prepared? My advice might help you, it might guide you, but the most important thing in that career transition is, and how to make it meaningful, is for you to go through that process. Maybe to find somebody to help you, guide you through all the steps, through all the questions which might be open, just for you to feel good and to feel not only secure, but as well self-confident in that process. Because the biggest thing with career change is that there might be a feeling that you missed something out, and most probably heard people talking about those regrets and how to understand how you can really minimize the regrets for the future. And to do so, of course, you have to understand what you would love to achieve. So the career transition is always about what you would love to do in the future, why you would love to do it, and when would you like to start with that change. And for me, looking back, simply the answer to it was, so why would I love to make a career transition? I felt in a specific moment in my corporate career that I'm doing a job which I enjoy, but it was simply not enough. I felt like that I have that great corporate job. I have a good salary, a lot of friends out there, a good network of people, most probably opportunities in the future as well. But it felt like a golden cage, having everything but not having anything. And that nothing was related to the long-term aspiration, to the long-term goals, to what I would love to achieve in the future, what's out there for me. So what is there that I would love to achieve? And simply, to me, the challenge was that I wanted to do more, I wanted to achieve more, and I wanted to be more. And those three things were such a drive for me to start really thinking what I could do in the future. And it might be the same for you. You might be thinking that golden cage, and you might be considering using the golden parachute to live a corporate career and transition either into an entrepreneurial world, or just to completely change the industry, completely change the job you are doing today. So career transition, it's really individual for all of us. But what's in it is that we've really have to understand, and if you are at that verge of that change, that you need to understand what's your long-term aspiration. What does it mean for you to do more, to be more, to achieve more? And to answer to those questions, it's really about thinking about that long-term goal. What's your long-term goal? How do you want to redesign your life? And what you would love to do? And why are you making that change? It might happen as well that you simply find yourself in the situation that transition is a must because you lost your corporate career, or because your company is shutting down a certain site where you work, or your position has been closed. And in such moments, there are a few things which are really relevant to understand and to know. And to me, transitioning the career, what really was the key drive, but as well the key motivator and key builder of my self-confidence, if I may call it like that, was the fact that I knew what I would love to do. I knew that I would love to share, that I would love to teach younger people and other people what I learned in my corporate career. I knew that I have something to give, and that giving and sharing and teaching was my inspiration. And I simply knew I would love to work with people. So my decision about career transition was all around working with people and giving and sharing and teaching. Then the consulting or coaching business was simply something, but I just knew it will be my new career path. At that beginning stage of entering the entrepreneurial world and leaving the corporate job, my decision was really to go for a consulting job, for a consulting agency. And that's how I started. I never thought about the coaching at the beginning, but that's simply how you develop your career as well. And that's the beauty of career transitioning. You have a goal and you have a long-term goal, but you have the destination. But in between, you juggle and you adjust to the situation, to your personal growth, because career transition is a lot about growth as well. So to me, it was important to know what I would love to do. The other factor of my career transition aspiration was to keep the dynamic of my job. I really wanted to be geographically flexible. I wanted to travel in the future as well, because I love that in my corporate career. And that dynamics was something what I wanted to keep in my job. And that's how I structured my consulting job, about working for various clients in a region, so not being focused only on one industry or only on one market. And then the other really important factor of, I would say, meaningful career transition, it's about knowing or somehow creating and building your business already before you leave corporate job or before you transition. Some people do they side hustles for 4 years, 5 years, 3 years before they transition their career, and that's how they ensure the clients and also the revenue for for starting their own business. And to me, it was really to understand: do I have a network? Do I have clients? And I would say that career transition, it's really easier and more meaningful and more successful and more fulfilling if you already have a plan ahead that next 3 months of your revenue are secure, that you have projects you will be working on, because starting a new career, starting a new lifestyle with something really to work on, not to struggle for the first income, it's so powerful because it really creates a great kick of confidence, I would say, for your new career. So all in all, my advice in career transition and how to make that meaningful change is around understanding why you would love to do it. So what are your some key criteria you would love to follow? What's that your long-term goal, what you would love to do? And of course, then that the second piece, when you would love to do it, because that's related to the revenue planning, to the clients you would love to have in the future. And it's also related to the fact that somehow you will ensure a great kickoff of your new career. Yeah, looking back at my career transition, I simply love it. I know that I've done a thing where I really feel that I can be more, I can do more, I can achieve more, and having the basis in sharing, being inspired by teaching and by consulting others, that's something what I simply 100% enjoy, and I love that I done that change, and I love that I done through that mental, physical, but also emotional process of the career change. And I know it's not easy. Having a help or just an advice of not only somebody who is a friend, but as well a professional support, it's so relevant because it makes your life easier. And on the other hand, it also supports you in that smooth, meaningful process of transitioning the career. And yes, if you would love to have this support, and if you might consider that you or some of your friends are on the in the process of career transition, then do reach out. I can support you in a VIP day, which is like a really fast way forward, 2 half days of a coaching where you will get the clarity around why you want to make the change, what is it that you would love to do in the future, and when to make it, and really to make it on your own terms. Or you can as well decide for a coaching program for that really whole transition of 12 years to work with me. But I know that whatever you are deciding for, just go for it, because if you started to think about it, most probably there is a reason why life leads you in that direction, not only to make a change, but as well to understand that there are no regrets, and ask yourself, would you rather in 30 years regret the decision not to try a business you love, not to try a path, not to try to make a career and a lifestyle a redesign? Or will you regret it leaving your corporate, I would say, coveted job, that golden cage sometimes also, or just the feeling that you have something secure? So that's the question. If you answer to that question, then of course you have clarity around it to make a decision, and the clarity around how to make it and when to make it, and to make it on your own terms. That's where my support, my coaching can help you. So thank you very much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I see you next Monday, 6 p.m. CET time, again with another interesting topic for leaders, for top managers, and for all your professionals out there. Thank you very much. My name is Simona, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, wonderful morning, or wonderful evening, wherever you are watching me from. Take care. Bye-bye.